the country. Raila claims that the projects being undertaken by Jubilee are giving room for graft. The ODM leader was speaking this morning at Holy Trinity Church in Kibra, Nairobi, where he said NASA will soon name its flag bearer.
Wafisadi ndio wameunganisha Kenya hii. Unaweza kusema wamejenga barabara, sijui unaleta UGR kutoka Mombasa, sijui akina mama wanaweza kujifungua bila malipo, sijui watoto wanaenda kwa shule, lakini haya yote yanaanguka ukilinganisha na hali ya ufisadi katika taifa hii. Kenya is really under the weight of corruption. Ufisadi ndio sababu bei ya unga iko juu. Mwaka mtafuta ushuru na kuziba mwanya pale ambayo wameiba. Sasa mpaka wapandishe bei ya unga, walipe bei ya mafuta taa, walipe bei ya stima, walipe gharama ya petroli ili waweze kuziba mwanya. Haya yalikuwa hafanyiki wakati Kibaki na Raila walikuwa pale. Walikuja kwa sababu ya Jubilee. Kwa hivyo sasa nitakana nyinyi kama Wakristo muangalie wakati tunakwenda kwa kura, mpige kura kwa haki na ukweli.
And this afternoon, Raila Odinga, amongst other CORD principals and NASA principals, are expected to be holding a rally in Woodley area. So right here on KTN News, we certainly will be bringing you details of that and possibly also bringing you some of the live images as that continues. Let's now move on to another story. Deputy President William Ruto is calling for unity and prayers and peace as the country prepares for the general election. Ruto says Kenyans should focus on the things that will change the country for the better. He was speaking in Umoja, where he attended a service at the Umoja Deliverance Church.
Lazima tuendelee kama Wakenya kujenga daraja ya urafiki na ndugu na umoja, tuwapatanishe Wakenya wote kutoka jamii zote, kwa sababu ndivyo mapenzi ya Mungu inavyotupenda. And we must continue as citizens of Kenya to work on the fabric of brotherhood, unity, and togetherness, so that as Kenyans we can work together from all communities, all faiths, and all regions, because indeed that is the will of God for us to work together. And even as we look at 2017, we should continue to pray for all of us who are yearning for it, so that the men and women who will be elected to take our country forward will be men and women in the purpose and will of God. People who will work for this country, that we shall continue to focus on the things that will change Kenya, on the things that will make our young people have hope, on the many things that will create unity in our country. And I like what I heard this morning in this church, that you are praying against the spirit of violence and the spirit of anarchy, so that we can have a peaceful election, because we are a Christian nation. We are a nation that believes in God, and we are confident that God is going to see us through the next election peacefully and in a manner that will reflect not just the wishes of the people of Kenya, but the will of God as well.
Kitui Governor Dr. Julius Malombe says Lower Eastern Region will only vote for NASA if Kalonzo Musyoka was picked as its flag bearer. The governor was, however, quick to tell leaders from the area that they should accord Kalonzo genuine support, not just for his candidature, to propel them into elective positions. According to Malombe, some leaders from Ukambani may not be giving Kalonzo genuine support. He was speaking in Ikwetha, Kitui South.
We all reside in the area of Kenya known as Southeastern Kenya. we are supporting His Excellency Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka in his bid to be the NASA presidential candidate. And we say we are happy other people who in the past have not been supporting Mheshimiwa Kalonzo, now they are coming and expressing their support for him. But we are saying this, if you are coming and expressing support for Kalonzo, we want you to be genuine. Hatutaki kusikia saa za mchana, during the day, unaonekana na Kalonzo. Saa za jioni, usiku, unaonekana na wale wengine ambao wanashindana na yeye.
Meru Governor Peter Munya says nobody can block him from defending his seat. This was after someone moved to court to block the governor from vying for the seat over alleged audit reports. Meru County Governor, who is also the chairman for the Council of Governors, says that he will be in the race to defend his seat.
Nobody can bar me from running for office. The Constitution of Kenya, fundamental rights, one of the fundamental rights of every citizen is to run for office and also to vote. So there is nobody who has that ability to stop me from exercising my constitutional right of running for an office.
Now, today marks exactly 2 years after the deadly terror attack that killed 148 people, mainly students of Garissa University. To commemorate the day, a marathon was early this morning held at the institution. At the moment, the after prayers currently ongoing. Our reporter Hamza Yusuf was in Garissa.
Well, what is happening today here is the second anniversary of Garissa University. This barely comes 2 years after 147 students were massacred by suspected Al-Shabaab. And this had a very, very huge impact. We remember there's a lot of, we remember many students left this university to transfer to other universities, maybe Eldoret or other counties, and also teachers left the entire northeastern. Many teachers left to other regions in the name of security. Now, the important thing to mention here is Garissa University overcome all what the horrific situation they went through, and now they are back with full gear. And there's today as we are speaking, more than 600 students are in this university. Many of them are said to be non-locals from different or diverse regions. We're going to today. What is happening here is that there will be joint prayer from diverse, cultures, and also there will be a prayer for the victims and also those who survived in that attack. Now let me bring in Mr. Samuel, who is a senior lecturer, maybe to tell us, do you think Garissa University is speaking from where it was before?
Yeah, what I can say is that Garissa University is speaking because, after what happened, there were about, we had about 21 students, those who were self-sponsored, and so they came back, and then we had to enroll other self-sponsored students. And last year, that is in September, the government gave us also 190 students. So currently we have around 575 students. Actually, that is close to 600 students, and the classes are on. They are ongoing. That's what I can say. So we have made very great strides despite the incident.
The incident was very bad, and it's something that many people, were fearing. Do you think the students, when they are coming first, they are comfortable coming? What do you think?
Well, the students were comfortable because, what the government had done is that they had put a police post within the campus, and therefore, now you see, once the police post was there, now students were assured of security. Now at the gates we have, policemen who are manning the gate 24-hour, around 24 o'clock. And therefore students, when they were coming, they were assured of that security, and that indeed we have security within the campus. That's what I can say.
Today there's a lot happening here. One of them, being the marathon and also the joint prayers. What picture does it give you when you see such people, mourning with you together? What picture does it give you?
Yeah, that it gives us that very picture that all are with us. I mean, in terms of commemorating for those who who lost their lives. It means that we have that very support from the government. We have that very support from the non-government organizations. We have that very support and the sympathy from all who really wish to see this university, pick up so that it can be one public, university within in Northeastern Province. So we feel that we have that very support from all individuals, those who are associated with us.
Right. Let me take you back 2 years down the line. You lost so many students. You told me that you lost so many students from your class. Some survive, of course. How many students are back in business for the university currently?
As I said, those who are involved in that incident, now all of them were transferred to Moi University and its affiliates. So now what we have are, as I said, we have 190 new government-sponsored students, and then we also have more than 300, actually about 350 new students who are self-sponsored, those who come during weekends. And we also had those who are about 21 students who are self-sponsored and who are involved in that incident. Now, the 21 students, I think 7 of them have graduated and the rest are still on with their studies. So, that's what I can say, but those who are involved during that incident, now all of them went to Moi and its affiliate colleges.
Okay, where do you see Garissa University in 2-3 years?
Well, I can see Garissa University is growing because, its catchment area is large, because we are getting students as far as Wajir, Mandera, and other places of Northeastern Province. So within maybe 3 years, and given that I hope we'll become a full-fledged university. So within 3 years from now, and given the government support, I think Garissa University will grow to become a large university with an expansive catchment area. So without forgetting, I would like to thank KTN because since the incident, KTN has been with us. It has really supported us, and we feel that it is part and parcel of Garissa University College. It has really been covering a lot and very positive coverage, and indeed we thank that media for that very coverage. Thank you very much.
Thank you to, that is Mr. Samuel, who is a senior lecturer in this university. Our prayers is always with them. Now, without forgetting, we met Mr. Geoffrey Olo, who was a student here 2 years ago when the incident was happening, and he narrowly survived that bad incident. This is what he had to tell us yesterday, and take a look.
Student here, and this was my hostel. This is where I used to stay. I used to stay in room number 3, and this is the room. And the situation here was that I still had the room to run away. So I tried to wake up my friend.
Okay, did you lose this friend here?
No, this one is here. He's still alive. He's around. And then we had a friend here. the man Kanyede is there, he survived. And then we had got, I had a friend also here, and unfortunately he died. It was a challenging. And then there were two friends over here. There was a bed here, and then both of them died. I realized that I was not fast enough. I was not fast enough to open it. Then I decided to move in here. Yeah. So I decided to move in here and then close the door. Close the door. And then after some few minutes, I decided to peep. Then I realized it was clear. Then I opened this and got out. But then before that, most probably they realized that I was coming out, then they shot here. Yeah. So I decided to get out and rolled. Then I moved to the other side.
So that's how you escaped?
Yeah, that's how I escaped.
It's quite a touching story, of course. What Geoffrey told us was that everybody was his enemy. When he came back to Garissa University, people didn't believe that one day he will go back. Most of the friends he tried to convince, come back to Garissa University, they said that is a no-go zone. But he took a very, very different direction and came back to Garissa University. We'll be expecting more of that story tonight at 7 p.m. on KTN and as well as 9 p.m. on our subsequent bulletin. Back to you in studio.
Thank you very much for that report. Now, meanwhile, a middle-aged man was found dead in his house in Garissa town in an apparent suicide. Neighbors of the deceased, Chris Ondiek, aged 32, became suspicious after realizing he had not woken up the entire day. It is until the neighbors forced the doorway inside of the house and found the body of Ondiek with injuries from stabbing. Some drugs were also found beside the body. The neighbors described the late Ondiek as a quiet person who engaged in border business in Garissa town. This is Weekend at 1. We're going to take a short break, but do stay with us. We've got more stories coming up with us right here on KTN News. So we'll take a break. We'll be right back. And for those of us on KTN Home, that's it from the news desk and News at 1. We'll say goodbye. But for those of us on KTN News, do stay with us. We've got some more stories that are making headlines. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back.